Hey guys, good to see you again in our new video. Today we're diving into the shocking stories of celebrities who died broke. Imagine having fame and fortune beyond most people's wildest dreams, yet ending up completely broke or deep in debt by the time you pass away. Think of icons like Michael Jackson, Plato, Billie Holliday, Nikola Tesla, Whitney Houston, and Marvin Gaye. These stars faced hefty bills from lavish lifestyles, addiction issues, or simply saw their star power fade, leading to work drying up. It's a sobering reminder of how quickly fortunes can change. This is the story of celebrities who died broke. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, was a music icon whose influence spanned decades. Remember Thriller? That 1982 album isn't just famous, it's the best-selling album of all time. But Jackson's life was a whirlwind of highs and lows. Behind the glitz and glamour, he struggled with massive debts reaching around $500 million. His extravagant lifestyle, including the upkeep of Neverland Ranch, led to financial turmoil. In 2009, as he was gearing up for a grand comeback tour, Jackson passed away unexpectedly from an overdose of prescription drugs. It was a shocking end to a legendary career. Yet, even in death, his legacy lives on, with his estate continuing to earn billions. Jackson once said, "If you enter this world knowing you are loved and you leave this world knowing the same, then everything that happens in between can be dealt with." Rest in peace, Michael. Your music and spirit continue to inspire. Marvin Gaye, the man behind that velvet voice that melted our hearts with hits like "Let's Get It On" and "Heard It Through the Grapevine." It's hard to believe that such a legendary figure ended up broke, but Gaye's life was as turbulent as his music was smooth. Despite topping the charts, he found himself tangled in a web of financial woes. By 1976, Gaye's financial troubles had become overwhelming. His struggles with drug addiction and tumultuous relationships led to multiple divorces, each one chipping away at his fortune. The IRS came knocking, and to escape the mounting tax debts, Marvin relocated to Europe. Despite the move, the weight of his financial burdens followed him. His tragic end came when his father shot him, a heartbreaking conclusion to a life filled with highs and lows. Marvin Gaye's life serves as a stark reminder that even the brightest stars can struggle in the shadows. Judy Garland became a star at a young age, a symbol of the golden age of cinema. Yet, despite her fame, Judy Garland died virtually penniless. How did this happen to such an iconic figure? Well, it's a classic tale of Hollywood excess and mismanagement. Despite being one of the most beloved actresses of her time, Judy found herself caught in a web of debt and unpaid taxes. In 1964, the state of New York slapped her with a staggering $4 million tax bill. Unable to pay, Judy watched as the IRS repossessed her home, a crushing blow for the star who had brought so much joy to the world. The situation was a perfect storm of poor financial management, lavish spending, and a chaotic personal life. Judy's struggle with substance abuse and a series of tumultuous marriages only added fuel to the fire. By the time she passed away in 1969, she was left with just $4,000 to her name, a stark contrast to the glamorous image she projected on screen. late 70s, Andy Gibb was riding high with hits like I Just Want to Be Your Everything. The youngest Gibb brother had the looks, the voice, and a promising career ahead. But the bright lights dimmed quickly. Struggling with depression and a spiraling cocaine addiction, Andy's career and finances crumbled by the time he passed away at 30 from myocarditis, a heart condition worsened by his substance use. He was penniless, living in his brother Robin's home. It's a tragic reminder of how fame and fortune can slip away just as quickly as they come.
"75 men have I killed with my own hands in battle. I scatter, I burn my enemies' tents."
Remembering Omar Sharif, the Egyptian star who graced Hollywood classics like Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Zhivago, is a mix of nostalgia and heartbreak. At the peak of his career, he was a heartthrob and a legend, adored for his captivating performances. But beneath the glamour was a man with a passion for gambling and a love for bridge, which led to his downfall. Known to bet big, Sharif lost a fortune in one reckless night, reportedly blowing $1 million on roulette. This once celebrated actor spent his later years in hotels, stripped of his wealth and possessions, and tragically passed away from a heart attack in 2015. He left behind nothing but a legacy of unforgettable films and a cautionary tale about the perils of excess. He once poignantly remarked he was all alone and completely broke, a somber end for a man who once had it all. Nikola Tesla, the brilliant mind behind AC electricity and wireless tech, lived a life full of incredible achievements, yet died without a penny to his name. His financial troubles weren't due to a lack of talent or innovation, but rather poor business decisions and unfortunate dealings. One notable misstep was missing out on a $50,000 bonus promised by Thomas Edison, a reflection of Tesla's struggles to secure financial stability. Despite his groundbreaking work, Tesla ended his days in New York hotels, leaving behind unpaid bills. It's a bittersweet legacy for a man who once electrified the world. Whitney Houston, a voice that defined a generation, tragically passed away at just 48, drowning in a hotel bathtub. Despite her incredible success, selling over 200 million records, her final years were overshadowed by struggles with addiction and financial woes. Houston's love for the high life, mixed with drug and alcohol abuse, left her millions in debt. Her last $1 million were spent in luxury hotels across Sydney, Paris, and London. It's heartbreaking to think that such a talented soul could end up in such a dire financial state. As she once said, "I will always love you," but perhaps she needed more love for herself. Elvis Presley, known as the King of Rock and Roll, soared to fame with his groundbreaking music and unforgettable charisma. By the time he passed away in 1977, Elvis had earned a colossal amount of money, somewhere between $100 million to $1 billion. However, despite these staggering earnings, he left behind just $5 million in his bank account. The shocking part? He owed double that amount to the IRS, thanks to years of extravagant spending and financial mismanagement. It's a tale that highlights how even the most successful can end up in financial trouble. Elvis's legacy, though tarnished by this fiscal fallout, has been lovingly preserved by his family, especially with Graceland's transformation into a major tourist attraction. It's a stark reminder that the glitz and glamour of fame can often conceal the harsh realities of financial missteps. Billie Holliday, the legendary jazz singer known for Strange Fruit and Gloomy Sunday, faced a tragic end despite her fame. She struggled with racism, troubled relationships, and a severe addiction to alcohol and drugs. When she died of cirrhosis in 1959 at 44, she had just 70 cents in her bank account and $750 strapped to her leg. Even her funeral had to be paid for by a fan, and she lacked a tombstone for nearly a year. Her legacy, however, remains timeless. Back in the late 60s, Harry Nilsson was a big name in music with hits like Jump Into the Fire and Coconut. He struck gold with a record deal worth $5 million, huge money back then, nearly $36 million today. But things took a dark turn when his manager, Cindy Sims, stole millions from him, leading to her arrest. Nilsson, who had lifelong heart issues, died of heart failure in 1994 at just 52. At his death, he was over $1 million in debt, forcing his estate into bankruptcy. A bittersweet end for a music legend. Charlie Parker, the pioneering jazz saxophonist, revolutionized music with his innovative style and compositions. However, his life was marred by addiction and mental health struggles. After fracturing his spine in a car accident, Parker developed an opiate addiction that derailed his career. By the time he died in 1955 of pneumonia and a bleeding ulcer, he was reportedly penniless. The doctor who performed his autopsy believed Parker was a man of 60 based on his physical condition, though he was only 34. Parker's tragic end serves as a stark reminder of the toll that addiction and untreated mental health issues can take on even the most gifted individuals.
Sardines and graham crackers?
In the 80s, Dana Plato was the darling of different strokes, but fame didn't bring her lasting fortune. Her earnings vanished, thanks to an unscrupulous accountant, leaving her struggling. Plato's battles with addiction became public as she faced arrest for robbing a video store. At just 34, she tragically died from a prescription drug overdose, with barely $1,000 to her name. It's a stark reminder that Hollywood glitz can often hide deep personal turmoil. Dana's life and untimely death highlight the harsh realities behind the curtain, a poignant chapter in the cautionary tales of fame. Thanks for sticking around and taking this trip down memory lane with us. It's wild to think about how even the most iconic stars can end up in tough situations. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and drop a comment below with your thoughts. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We've got tons of interesting stories and deep dives coming your way, and you won't want to miss them. So, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated. Catch you in the next one.